Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Miraculous Ladybug, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Andy Potter.
Hello.
And Steve Zek.
Hi.
Today, Andy, Steve, and I are recapping episode 7 of season 2 of Miraculous Ladybug, Gigantitan, that aired few days ago on Tfue in France, pronunciation pending on that one, but and I don't think it's aired anywhere else yet. And we will be recapping this episode, much like every episode of season 2 of Miraculous Ladybug, wherever it airs first. Once we get some form of quality translation, we will be recapping it here. And you can find all of our previous Ladybug podcasts at overlyanimated.com, or search for Overly Animated Ladybug on iTunes and subscribe there, or on YouTube to not miss any of our future Ladybug podcasts. As with I think last time, we'll be talking about the French subbed into English version done by Miraculous Subs. If you're looking for the episode somewhere, as always, my best bets are miraculoussubs.tumblr.com and go through their process, or on Miraculous Ladybug Reddit. But yeah, make sure you've seen Gigantitan spoilers for this episode and all previous episodes of Miraculous Ladybug. So let's get into things. Andy, what'd you think of Gigantitan?
This might be my least favorite episode of the season so far.
What?
This was like a pretty
hot take already.
It was just
wow.
absurd. It was just pretty absurd, and like I liked some of the things they tried to do. I liked the idea of them getting together to go on a secret mission to get Adrien and Marinette together. But the more I see Adrien and Marinette together, the more it just makes my blood boil. I'm just like, just stop this plot. We get it.
You want the identities to be revealed. That's what you're
saying. Yes, this episode is just like...
This episode triggered that with you? I feel like this was one of the least ones for that.
Well, no, Dylan. It's the fact that I've reached a boiling point, okay, where it just doesn't make sense. Because I watched 6 and then 7 in a row, and 6 really pushed that button, and then I watched 7 and I was still really mad about it.
Okay, don't blame this one. This was, yeah.
But anyways, it was... I don't think it was bad. It was just my least favorite of the ones shown so far. It was okay. It was... Hawkmoth is really stupid. Like, probably the most stupid he's ever been. There were some pretty funny screen caps of him at the very least. But I did like all the nicknames, all like the code names for all the girls. I loved Rose being really confused by all the names, especially because there was another Rose besides her. Like, her tap got her chin me. Like, every time anyone was named, I had no idea who anyone was talking about until like they showed their faces. It was pretty confusing for me, but that's just I'm pretty dumb.
Yeah, code name's confusing. So you're Rose in this scenario. Okay. Steve, what are your thoughts on this episode?
It was an episode.
Okay, that's never good if you're starting like that.
Actually, well, the plot, yeah, that's kind of generic, the whole plot, but the first half, when the girls just scheming with the mission, that's the part I thought was the best. I love seeing all the, actually seeing these other 4 girls, Julika, Rose, Mylene, and
Alex.
Alex, yeah. The easiest name. Become more part of the group, which I like. That's kind of cool. And I like we get their personalities more a little fleshed out, and we get a little we get a little follow up to all the times Marinette and Ladybug helped them out in the first season, and I love how everyone knows Marinette likes Adrien. It's like the worst kept secret.
Yes.
That's funny. Yeah, and so I like the idea though they're trying to get the bodyguard in trouble again. I mean, I don't know, Marinette never learned her little lesson, how sometimes her selfish needs to get with Adrien can affect other people.
You were feeling sorry for bodyguard?
A little bit.
Were you not, Dylan?
It was, yeah. I mean, I'm just, he doesn't have a name. It's hard to.
Okay.
I feel bad. They just call him Gorilla. I mean, he has feelings too. But I just noticed. What I've noticed though is so far pretty much almost all the characters have been akumatized like in the first season. Exceptions probably is like the Gorilla. where this guy, Natalie, Marinette's parents, I believe, not even told them Kumai's either. So it's like the caretakers and parents of the main characters, except for Gabriel himself, ironically, had not been akumatized yet. And I do have some stuff to say about the Giganta, the baby of the episode. I got a little thought about the baby. How we have another character that has interracial parents, just like Marinette. So I could go on 30 minutes about that. How the show?
I thought that was a great element. Yeah.
Yeah. Either has interracial parents, like either his
or adopted,
or adopted, and the mother, has a partner, and they adopted him.
Even more Steve headcanning the mom is gay. Nice, I like it.
I like how you didn't even bring that up, Dylan. Steve had to bring that up.
Yeah, no, I would not have brought that up. That was good. Okay. Okay, lots to get into. Yeah, I think you guys are way too tepid / on this episode. I thought Gigantitan was hilarious. I think this is probably the funniest episode of the entire show. I was genuinely laughing throughout the entire first half. I thought that the opening scene with them planning out this operation is just a huge highlight of the season.
Oh, I love it too. I told you I like the first half, that part.
Yeah. And it definitely goes down a little bit, but I think that opening scene is excellent. I think that's really, really good. I love seeing all of them. Yeah, Steve?
Yeah, and I love seeing Hawkmoth just being ridiculous. Second episode, in many weeks we see him first a robot, and now a baby. It's he's getting desperate.
Yeah, right. That's the next biggest headline. Hawkmoth is really heading downhill, pretty fast. He's akumatizing babies. Come on, Hawkmoth. what are you doing?
I kind of wish he had a partner or something to tell him how pathetic he is. Like when Dreadbane, he had Tasma maybe to tell him, and now he's all alone.
Yeah, no one to have this get. We just get to see Hawkmoth being frustrated, and it's really funny. And just I think the fake out with we're going to akumatize Gorilla, no, we're going to akumatize the baby. I thought that was excellent. That was a really great moment, and in line with the great subversions that this season has had on its expectations. Because you're expecting the Gorilla to get akumatized here, as Steve mentioned. He's absolutely one of the most prominent characters in the show that has not been akumatized, and they built it up very well. And yeah, you're like, oh, what's going on? Why are we showing the baby and the mom so much? Well, maybe it's to show Marinette being selfless, and But yeah, then no, it all ties together. We akumatize the baby instead of him because he loves Adrian, and just seeing Adrian made him happy. I think a lot of the fangirls related to that. And then. And yeah, that was such a good moment. That plus just the entire opening sequence with the Marinette, Alia, and the four friends, just absolutely makes the episode. And the rest of the episode's also good. I like trying to corral the baby. We should note it takes them 10 minutes to deal with the baby, a akumatized baby. It kind of makes sense within the episode because Marinette just chooses the wrong plan. So, and then she learns a lesson. But no, she's still awkward with Adrian at the end. So
and also it shows because they didn't want to hurt the baby. They were being very gentle with it.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, I think they could have if they wanted to emphasize that more. They could have. Yeah.
Well, they never threw a punch at the baby. They only ever tried to trick it into doing things.
Yeah, they're trying to put it in its playpen under the Eiffel Tower, which is the most this show thing that has ever happened.
It is.
Really, we're using the Eiffel Tower to stash the villain now. Okay. That's good.
I think you've convinced me, though, that maybe I'm just really down on this episode because of the show in general. I'm just ready for plot. I'm ready for stuff to move forward, and it looks like this show is just not ready to do that yet.
What the season is doing is it's spending half of the season, and it's doing a subversion on season one, and it's having a version of season one that has more movement, more plot movement, more character movement, and is just more interesting in general. And then I think we're going to flip the script around halfway and add in Chloe as the bee. But for now, we're kind of just doing a better version of season one, I think, just to show that we can do it.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of Chloe, so far this season, only one time has she created a villain, and that one time they took a long time for it to happen.
Great job, Chloe. You've only screwed up once. Wow. This is a big improvement after we've gone from 50% Chloe akumatization to 1 out of 7 here. This is excellent.
And the other 50% Chloe, and the 25% of the remaining 50 is probably Gabriel too, like in season
Yeah,
one.
it's his own. Oh, yeah, and also he's just screwing up so much this season that it's like he really multiple times he's just throwing an Akuma into the air and being like, "Yeah, just go do something." And,
like Chloe's party, he's just like, get somebody. I'm sure somebody will be mad there.
And once again, in this episode, we see the Akuma happening. Adrian and Marinette recognize it while it's in the air, and like it's the show. This season has done such an excellent job of playing off of the established premise and the mythology of the show that it had built up in season one. I'm just so impressed, and this episode is right along with that. Yes, like less happens to move anything forward in this episode. Like even the Adrian Marinette character stuff doesn't really change that much from where it was. I guess like her friends learn about the Adrian crush, so now they can be in on more stuff. And as pointed out at the end of the episode, she formed 1 out of 3 complete sentences when talking to Adrian. So I guess that's
amazing.
movement. But yeah, I think that even if we don't have movement as much, this episode is right in line with playing on our expectations, and it was just really funny because of what we'd the characters and the plot and the mythology that had been built up previously. So I think this is just another excellent episode of the season.
Can I talk about the whole beginning, the plan, these multi-step plan?
Yeah, that's the highlight for me. So let's talk about that. Yeah, what do you think about it?
Oh yeah, I thought it was hilarious. When I was watching it, I predicted when they made this elaborate plan, I predicted they're not going to get by step 1 before something goes wrong.
Well, yeah,
and like they're not even close.
Operation Secret Garden. Steve, yeah. And okay, by the way, let's back up for a second because I have a good line about this. So, Marinette and Ollie are hanging out with Mylene, Rose, Julika, and their great friend, their BFF Alex, right? Yeah. Just always there, always present. Alex has not been in the show in like 20 episodes. What is she? Why are we pretending like she's just been there this entire time?
Oh, I got some stuff to say about Alex.
Yeah, what do you think about Alex, Steve?
She's awesome. To mention in Discord though how she looks like Amanda from Little Witch Academia, but she also looks like Mylene from the new Powerpuff Girls, and I would love to see to see fan art.
That is really confusing.
Yeah, they look the same character type, same type of hair.
Yeah, she's the punk skater one, and I am on the record with this podcast as loving Alex. Timebreaker is one of my favorite episodes of the show, and I was very excited to see Alex back, and she did not disappoint in this episode. I thought everything she did was excellent.
Well, second in a row, perhaps can I just give you a little character backstory
for Alex? Is this your headcanon for Alex?
No, not headcanon. It's like what I did yesterday when I told you about the story behind Andrew. His story about Alex here is that I know you probably know about this. I don't know if you do, but originally she's not going to be Marinette's friend. She's supposed to be one of Chloe's minions. She's supposed to be on Team Chloe. She's supposed to be like if Sabrina was Chloe's right hand, Alex was going to be her left hand. Mm-hmm. Going to be like this Mean Girl trio, pretty much. And it's interesting to see what would happen had they gone that route, but here, I like this better, I guess, because I don't really know what Mean Girl Alex would contributed to the show.
No, this Alex is great. Just a skater, don't really care about whatever Alex, but still friends with Marinette. She's throwing rose petals. It's
oh my god,
it's great. She's sarcastically throwing the petals everywhere. And,
every time she threw petals, I was just like, she just doesn't care. She's just throwing them because she has them.
Yeah, she's her imitation of Marinette talking to Adrian. La, la, la. I thought that was really funny. Yeah, she's like, let's have more Alex. Alex is my favorite of the classmates. Officially.
I know we have a limited amount here, so I won't say almost everybody, but if anyone, I would love if she got to a Miraculous, but it's probably not going to happen.
Let's get Alex. It's only it's only the 3rd time she's been on the show or whatever. I'm sure she's been in the background. I'm sure she's been in the background in like every episode. Whatever. She hasn't talked in forever, I think. And
some awesome moves.
Yeah, she'd be a great hero. She's already she can already skate and stuff. Some skating theme, but yeah. Andy, thoughts on Alex?
Oh, she's great, and I'd be completely down with her getting a Miraculous, but I'd be down with anybody getting a Miraculous at this point. Yeah, but she was pretty great.
Let's maybe not give Rose a Miraculous. I feel like she has some struggles.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I agree with that. She like me would have like I would have a lot of trouble with it, so I know she would too.
I relate to most to Rose in this episode, definitely. Yeah. This, by the way, Alex, Alix. In case we're unaware. Great name. And this is it was just very random having her just be in the friend group here. Like, what's up with that? But
she's just happy to be included, Dylan.
Yeah. I was happy she's included. Also, we had Mylene. She hadn't done a lot recently, so it was nice. I think she was in the dance episode.
Yeah.
But no Ivan. Once again, Mylene without Ivan. What's up with them? Are they dating?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if Julika and Rose are together, and if they're not together, maybe Mylene and Alex are. Maybe.
Oh, you're shipping Mylene and Alex. Hot take.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, well, they're kind of the only one left besides with Marinette and Alia.
So this is like the default shipping. The people who are left in the group.
Yeah.
But also Rose and Julika, girlfriends, as Steve mentioned, and the big moment, the big Rose and Julika moment of the episode is Julika giving Rose a head pat.
Yes, that was great. That was great. Just like, it's okay. We still like you.
She's like, "Oh, you precious dummy." Like, that's what that was.
Like, how is Alia not done that to Marinette more? Like, I think she did it once, maybe, but I think Alia should be doing that more to Marinette.
I agree. Alia is Julika, Marinette's Rose. Yeah, that's definitely how it works. Seeing them together is great. Rose was a big spotlight for Rose in the episode because she did not understand the code names. And,
poor girl.
Alia can't think of a fourth flower name. Has to give Julika the nickname Rose, which, by the way, is a big shipping Easter egg. I feel like Julika gets the Rose nickname, but Rose gets confused. But then she's the only one to, at one point in the height of the action, she's the only one to actually know what the nicknames are. So, I thought Rose was great here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Julika, she's trouble talking to the one policeman in Paris. Whose dad is that again? I forget, but yeah.
Sabrina's dad,
yeah. So he's the only
But she is, that police officer is like the dumbest police officer ever. Clearly it's a fake sign, dude. Like,
no, but you forget that this is another one of my highlights. Marinette made a real sign.
I know. How'd she get the metal to make that?
Marinette apparently is a welder and
yeah. Where does the school have like a welding? Like, my college probably might have had a place to do this, but maybe, definitely not.
Yeah. I forget who says it. It's like, you didn't just make it out of cardboard. Like, no, Marinette goes full stop here. Mylene's great here.
I love how like they all call Marinette out on her Adrian being creepy at times.
Yes, that was another great wink from the show. Like, the show's incredibly self-aware this season, and this was another example. Alex was like, wow, she really knows everything about Adrian. It's pretty creepy. And Rose is like, it's romantic. Yeah. That was such a good moment. Alex is like, yes, Alex, you're all of us here. And then Rose that was actually like a great societal commentary from this exchange between Alex and Rose, just seeing like how romantic devotion is viewed as like romantic, when if you viewed it from any other lens, it would be really creepy and stalkerish behavior. So I think that's actually what we're going for. Like, we're kind of doing a very brief, it kind of seems absurd that the show, I would interpret the show as having like a societal commentary, but I do think that we are acknowledging with this scene Marinette's creepy behaviors, and Alex is speaking out about it. I appreciate it.
And we see how sometimes Marinette's obsession with Adrian can sometimes just cause trouble, like create villains, like in Filipina. Many times, like in Filipina or in the Christmas episode, like she just went, like she just lost it so many times when she with Adrian. She don't think logically. She don't do things about people's feelings or anything. And maybe, hopefully, they address that down the line. Maybe some development. Maybe she'll learn to tone it down a little bit.
Right.
Maybe
as much as all the fans get very mad at Chloe for being a bad person and causing all these Akumas, Marinette also causes a lot of Akumas with her obsession about it. Like, this episode is if they didn't have to do the stupid plan, then this wouldn't have happened if she just went up and talked to Adrian. So it's not like her fault or whatever, but it's something that hopefully she'll grow out of. And,
if we're blaming Chloe for it, we have to put some blame on Marinette too. I think is the point.
Remember, Chloe only guilty once this season. Let's just remember that. So.
Yeah. She's turning around.
Yeah, by being off screen, she's turning around. I agree. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what kind of a hero Chloe could be in her first day of the job. Might be a
bad one, right? Yeah.
She'll be like Gawain, probably, like in it for the fame.
Miss Gunn's references, yeah. But we'll table that for a few weeks at least. But yeah, as Steve mentioned, the beginning of this scene with we're like, we have a secret. Marinette likes Adrian, and or like Marinette likes a boy, like Adrian, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, it's obvious. I thought
I
that
also
was good.
I also can't get over Alia. It's like, did you find out who Ladybug is? And she pulls over Marinette. No, but I have a bigger secret. It's like, come on, Alia, come on. You can't be this dumb.
Yeah, and then in this episode, all four of them lose track of Marinette, and then they interact with Ladybug, and then at the end, Marinette comes back and is like, "I was looking for you everywhere." Yeah, like, come on, Alia. The other four aren't the smartest, but come on, Alia.
Oh yeah, this is literally your like hobby is finding Ladybug. How have you not figured it out yet? It's so obvious.
I do think the context of them being like 13, 14 helps. They're just kind of dumb
But it
children.
makes even more confused about Alia if she's 13. Like, how is she doing any of this? Wasn't she like
She's
part
just a
host of
very
a
capable
show?
child. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really weird.
yeah.
I know. It's like we gotta figure out who Ladybug is. She should have known by now, but like I said, I more forgiveness of the other four because they're not really regulars at this or kind of new at this. But Alia, she's a seasoned pro. She should get this by now.
I think it would be great. Yes, yeah, Andy.
I wouldn't be surprised if like a random class member figures it out.
That's what I was about to say. I want Alex to be the one to figure it out. Like, I was on vacation for like 6 months. Oh yeah, that's Marinette's Ladybug. You guys didn't know that?
It would make so much sense actually because maybe she might be the most attached and at least emotionally attached to the whole situation.
I think so. Yeah, she's the most objective view of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she'd just be like, "Wait, it was supposed to be a secret." Like,
yes, good. Let's do it. Please, Alex, reveal it. It would be great. So that was a great moment. And the mission is to create conditions for Marinette to have a romantic stroll with Adrian.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty absurd. Yeah, we can go over
this is a very French thing. Like the whole situation. This is a very French thing.
I don't know. It's just I think it's a very middle school thing, but
well, yes, that too. But I mean, like all the actual thing they're planning is very French.
Is kind of like stereotypical Parisian stroll. Yeah.
Also, they were taking the smallest like bites of ice cream ever in her daydream. I was like very amazed at how they were taking.
So that's the big highlight. Was Marinette was like planning it out in her head, and her and Adrian were feeding each other ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yes, it was.
The ship bait is real. Yeah.
It is. Also, I love when Cat Noir like accidentally grabbed the ice cream. Like, oh my god, Adrian, you knew.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, it's that was a great moment with the the dream sequence with them eating ice cream. Like, if we can't get them dating in real life, at least we can get these sequences.
Yes.
What was our favorite nickname here? We've got Alex as Violet, Mylene as Sunflower, Julica as Rose. That's the best one. I'm answering for myself. Rose as Tulip, Adrian's Buttercup. That's also really good, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Gorilla as Nanny, Alia Tiger Lily. She's like, Tiger Lily, that's me. Yeah, that was good. And I think Tiger Lily fits. I guess her being a flower isn't good, but like a like ferocious like thing, yeah. And then Marinette's Lotus. So yeah, there you go. Flower themed nicknames. Adrian is Buttercup. Yeah, I think we should just call Adrian Buttercup now.
I love that Buttercup. I also like Violet too, maybe because I like Alex, like her character.
Oh my god! I just realized that's how the episode should have ended. Marinette should have called Adrian Buttercup in real life.
Oh, great idea!
That'd have been a good one. Yeah,
that'd have been amazing. And then she just like got all red and just ran away.
And then Adrian's like, Buttercup, I kind of like that. Yeah, that would have been a great ending. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna write the fanfic after this. Sure.
Yeah, it's a fanfic. I'm like writing all these fanfics for everybody. You need to make them.
Gigantitan ending. Look for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just this opening sequence. I was just really laughing throughout the entire thing. It was just excellent.
You know what it reminds me of though? It's definitely the most magical girl-esque type of thing we see, like that beginning. Like something you see out of Cutie Honey or a Pretty Cure or Sailor Moon. And of course, normally in all those situations, though, all those other girls would also be superheroes with powers, and they all know each other's identities. But that's the only difference. But
yeah, it's just the show doesn't often have Marinette and friends hanging out, so it's always refreshing to see like that. Yeah, and then we have the executing the plan sequence.
Yes,
which I don't think is like as funny. There's some funny moments, but it's not like as funny or necessarily engrossing as the previous one. But watching everything come together to the point that the Akuma confusion happens, I thought was like very intricately and excellently done. I was just really impressed by like the storyboarding and the concepting for this episode. I thought it was really good.
And it was worth it for that metal sign joke. That was just incredible.
Yeah, the metal
I can't get over
yeah.
that. I can't get over this
You made the
stupid
sign out of metal? Like, what? Come on, Marinette. Yeah.
How did you? I just want to know how she did it. That's all I want to know now.
Yeah.
Marinette do that? Like, yeah. Who knows what kind of crazy artistic talent she has?
Yeah, we have this is our biannual reference to Marinette actually making things. Not that we.
Yeah. We need to remind ourselves that Marinette's like at school for art or something.
Yeah. And then the Akuma confusion, bodyguard Gorilla is happy upon seeing Adrian and all his getting tickets for the nonsense. All of it goes away because he sees precious Adrian.
Yes,
I thought that was really sweet.
He really is that nanny. He really does earn the name Nanny.
Yeah, he's
also
Gorilla, most sympathetic character on the show. After that moment,
yeah, he's like the buff frog of the show.
I'm glad they showed someone so masculine as him, showing like real emotion and it not being like creepy. Like it's just like he's happy to see the person that he sees all the time.
I love that. Like he's
really nice.
He really cares about Adrian, and he just was very happy. Just saw him safe. It was wonderful. And then Akuma ties the baby, and Hawkmoth.
Well, you skipped over something, Dylan. I wanted to talk about.
What did I skip over? That was important. Yeah, I'm sure it's very important.
You skipped over the dumbest Marinette moment of the episode, which is for some reason she doesn't want Adrian to see that she's a nice person helping a woman with her baby. It's like Marinette. If he sees you helping her,
that's not why. It's because they were in position. It would ruin the plan.
I know, but it's so stupid.
It would have been a good look. I agree. Yeah.
Like she didn't have. She could just be like, "Oh yeah, I saw you earlier." Like, yeah, I was here to draw. Like, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything at all.
Well, I was here to draw part was not part of the plan, right?
Yeah,
I know. Was after the plan was ruined. But yeah, she should have just ditched I think that's the point, right? She should have just ditched the plan earlier. Not been in such a rush to stop helping, and then Adrian would have seen, and they would have started talking, and then none of this would happen. Yeah.
So Adrian already knows Mary's a nice person, so I don't think it would change anything, but it would help, I guess.
It would have spurred a conversation, most likely.
Yeah, I think that would have been good. So the Akuma flies past bodyguard. Akuma ties the baby. Hawkmoth is like twitching. It's so good. I love that shot. He
looked like he was saying, "Are we really doing this? Are we doing this? Okay, we're doing this. Okay."
But he does not. He does not bail out. He says, "But why not? Sure."
Has there been a proven way for him to bail out on his own?
Yeah, it's not clear if he was able to. He probably had to go along with it, but he just a new low for Last week he akumatized a robot and lost control of the robot, and this time he akumatizes a baby unintentionally, but then also loses control of the baby.
They actually could have akumatized an animal.
Right, yeah. Where's his? He's going to tombsize a bird or something. Yeah, that's what's next. Pigeon, pigeon. I've mentioned the pigeons in this episode. So, it was just all time low for Hawkmoth. He was face palming. He was like, "No, get the." I love frustrated Hawkmoth. Between this and Robustus, it was wonderful.
It's clear there's self-aware of how pathetic Hawkmoth is this season.
Yes, very, very self-aware. Just seeing all his ridiculous. Like last season, he's just the same thing every time. Overpowered Kumanization. This season, it's like everything's going wrong for Hawkmoth, and you got to wonder, is this the start of the downfall of Hawkmoth?
I really do believe though. Hawkmoth is definitely not the mastermind villain. He's somebody's puppet. Like there's like another villain higher up than him. Because I'm pretty sure though, Gabriel, he's doing this something to maybe find his wife or something, making very like some sympathetic reason. But there's a higher villain who probably doesn't have any much sympathetic values.
Okay, yeah, I've got this email here that relates to this. A good segue is from Marie Claire, who says, "I feel like you touched on this when you reviewed Origins, but the Guardians, are the wielders of the Miraculouses, aren't supposed to be evil. Like Hawkmoth is supposed to be a good guy. That really begs the question: what are they supposed to be fighting? Why do 7 superheroes exist? Whatever they fight, it would have to be equally or more powerful."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I think is true. We like
that is a good point.
We have touched on this before, but Hawkmoth is probably, I think the Papillon Miraculous is like clearly not supposed to be doing bad things. Like these are like made to fight evil. It's not explicitly clear that that's true, but that's kind of the implication that Hawkmoth has like corrupted one of the 7 good ones. Or, you know, how many ever there end up being, probably more, but
I wonder,
who knows?
I wonder though if someone told Gabriel this is his solution to all his problems. This is going to help.
So
like,
Steve, if we take what Marie Claire is saying and apply it to what you were saying, potentially who the Miraculouses were made to fight might be influencing Hawkmoth, and that person is the big bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like I said, just like I made that Dreadbane comparison earlier, yeah, he's Dreadbane, and there's a Necrophora above him, like somewhere.
Yeah, so Andy, what do you think about that? That the Hawkmoth is just a temporary villain and will eventually end up fighting whoever these Miraculouses were made to fight?
I think that like fits in with a lot of the stuff we've been seeing season 2. I'm trying not to like fit season 1 into it because I feel like a lot of those were just one-off episodes and they weren't really thinking of a long-term thing. But season 2, that kind of fits in with what we've been seeing. He's definitely coming off as a little more bumbling. He's coming off as a little more desperate and like as someone who's not in control all the time, which is very indicative of like a temporary villain or a villain who's below somebody else. And so I think that fits into this puzzle that we have of where are we actually going with the plot and how one of the Akuma is evil. And one of the Miraculouses is evil, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of see like the mastermind villain. I kind of hope it's a woman, maybe like someone like Necrophora or Salem, or just someone who just like who's older but has like
Mysticon's Ruby, respectively, for those references. But yeah, it's one of the few things Ruby did right.
This is the reference episode.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of these shows the Ladybug listeners have seen. That's why I'm bringing these up. But, it's so I definitely am sold that Hawkmoth is not supposed to be evil, that Miraculous, and that we will eventually be fighting someone else. It does make sense if we would fight the eternal being that these were supposed to battle in the first place. That would make sense to me. But I'm not sure whether this self-aware Hawkmoth stuff is an intentional part of the downfall of Hawkmoth. Like, that's really interesting, but I definitely think the show is purposely being very self-aware. It would also be incredible if it was also doing that to as a means to an end, to that Hawkmoth just end of the season. Hawkmoth's not even the villain anymore, and Gabriel has like been redeemed and stuff like that. So I'm not convinced we're working there, because we haven't, as much as this season's been an improvement and we've done a lot of great character build up and some mythology build up, we haven't had continuous plot really. So I'm not convinced that we're going anywhere with this Hawkmoth losing control. It might just be that we happen to see 2 episodes in a row where this happened. And, you know, it's not, you know, the airing order is a little bit arbitrary still, I think. So I think it's going to be interesting to track this down the line. But at the very least for now, yeah, Hawkmoth, not a good look for Hawkmoth. Definitely less powerful. His own defense missiles are turning on him. And now he's akumatizing a baby. So what's next? That's the only question.
I also like because it seems like he's more on the level of Miraculous as Cat Noir and Ladybug, because like for season 1 it seemed like this can't be another Miraculous because he's so much more powerful than them. Like, what is this power? And now it's like it's coming off like, oh, it's really a lot more just he got really lucky every single episode of season 1 that he got somebody that was like he got the person he was aiming for, and they ended up being willing to help him once he turned them.
Right, he just has Miraculous is on the level of Ladybug and Cat. I actually think it's a lower level. I think the Ladybug and Cat ones are supposed to be the main 2, and then the rest of it, he's one of the auxiliary ones.
That's why he wants it so badly.
Go ahead.
That's why
he's just very good at using his.
Yeah. He's just more competent than the 13-year-olds, and
which makes sense.
Yeah, so it makes more sense now.
I want to talk about some character inconsistency with Hawkmoth and Gabriel. At times, though, in the season premiere, made it clear that when Hawkmoth is Hawkmoth, he's very conscious of his Gabriel being Gabriel. But at times, I gotta wonder though, because like in the episode 5 of season 2, when he was Hawkmoth, he didn't seem to care that the villain target was Adrian, his own son, and even at times, in here he's gonna akumatize his own employee. He didn't seem to have any holding back on that either. So
that's a good point. It does make you wonder whether he loses awareness of his, his true life and his humanity almost when he becomes Hawkmoth.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's in play. Like, yeah, it does. It is. I hadn't thought of that before, Steve. It's a good point. Like, why is he just so, so calm about akumatizing Gorilla? I guess he doesn't really care about Gorilla. Like, he hasn't really shown that before in the show. But he does seem way more callous than he does as Gabriel. But I also think that's kind of a Cat Adrian situation. He's a very different person, so I think that it's just kind of a very powerful psychological effect to put on the Miraculous.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they both become very different people. More reckless, more uninhibited.
Yeah.
One to do good and one to do evil. Wow, what a deep parallel. Okay.
I mean, it's deeper than a lot of this show, to be
I think
fair.
the show does have good themes. Like, I mean, there's a lot of intelligent stuff going on that we're talking about, like the hiding underneath the silliness, like the creepiness, romantic thing before. I think it's probably the smartest thing the show did in a little bit. But okay, we haven't even talked about Gigantitan. Who is Gigantitan. It's also just a great name because you expect, the gorilla would just become a giant thing.
Yeah.
So your expectations from the episode title, but no, baby just becomes giant baby.
Yeah.
And he mispronounces Hawkmoth's name. Yeah, Payan. Yeah, and then he just shouts for a lollipop the entire episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Definitely no Laficette means lolly in French. Now, got that down.
Yeah, I figured that one out.
And you know what the plans work? I'm not even sure he understands like what Hawkmoth was telling him to do, like get the Miraculous. You know what? I mean, he's just a baby. He's not that intelligent.
Right? Yeah. Hawkmoth didn't necessarily like lose control. He just can't talk to him. He doesn't understand.
Like Hawkmoth, just say get the earrings and ring. That's all you needed to say, Hawkmoth.
Yeah, unclear whether he would have listened to him anyway, but Hawkmoth not.
But I think that'd be a better thing than say get the Miraculouses, whatever that means.
Or tell him though, if we get it, I'll give you a lollipop.
Yeah, that's true. Should have offered the lolly as the reward. Yeah. So Gigantitan, not necessarily one of the more memorable villains, but still caused some trouble.
Well, I remember
there was one point when Marinette was going to die. By the way, the baby was going to eat her.
God. I don't think would I just remember Gigantian as the interracial baby, so
yeah, interracial child, exactly. That's canon,
yeah.
But yeah, the mom was a cool character too.
Yes.
And the baby was cute, and then was a giant baby, and didn't really do much other than like throwing them everywhere and breaking stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Gorilla's pretty tough. Like he fell and flew pretty far, and it's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the show, a lot of people are indestructible in the show.
No, I know it's true. I mean, that was a pretty big example of someone being just randomly indestructible.
His job is to be a bodyguard, so it kind of makes sense. He's to be Adrian's protector.
Yeah, we knocked down the Eiffel Tower in this episode. Again, a lot of abuse to the Eiffel Tower at this show. But that's okay, because Miraculous Ladybug, everything's fixed. So,
like, can you imagine if this was an American show and, like, we were breaking, like, the Statue of Liberty every episode? Like, that would not happen in an American show.
Have you seen any of these Transformers?
There'd be a lot of people that would be upset, I think, if we broke a national
I don't think anybody cares in France that this show is doing.
Have you seen any of these Michael Bay movies? Of course. Like, just
we do have disaster movies, yeah.
But I mean, it's different for a disaster movie to do it and for, like, it to happen, like, once every week in a show.
Yeah. Symbol of France, don't care, knock it down.
just destroy it, it's fine.
Yeah. Andy mentioned this, but I love Cat accidentally cataclysming his ice cream. It's such a good moment. I love Cat screwing up, to be honest. So.
Like, Cat, you have a literal like thing that could just kill people if you touch them. You have to be a lot more careful here.
Stakes the ice cream. Yeah, good use of your. It's a great. I think it's a good lampshade of just how useless his Cataclysm is a lot, and just Cataclysms that he goes to destroy it, and then Baby just shrugs him off and sends him flying.
Well, like, do you think the writers are ever like, we gave Cat like way too strong of a power, like we can never use it?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I do think we're playing with his power a little bit. On one hand, it's just OP because it can break anything. On the other hand, that's very rarely relevant to what they're doing.
But I mean, like, he's never touched. So I feel like if it touched someone, it would kill them, and I don't think they ever want to do that. Right, obviously,
yeah. I mean, I guess his moral code holds him back, or maybe he literally can't. That's a good point. But just literally kill all the Akuma villains.
You know what I think could happen though? Maybe what if like one day he really assumes he thinks Ladybug is dead, and he just goes on an angry rampage.
That will
And
not happen. That's not this
Dark
show.
cat. Oh,
Yeah.
hashtag. I knew the Steve theory would come out. This is the hashtag dark cat theory.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's happening. Yeah, it's gonna be a Romeo and Juliet situation. He's gonna think he thinks Marinette's dead, and then he's just gonna become a huge villain himself. And
Yeah.
He's gonna be like Hawkmoth, just like his dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he fulfills the prophecy
Yeah.
and becomes his father. Wow. I think we cracked it.
We cracked it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hashtag dark.
This is the
cat
movie. This is the
chat.
movie plot.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the live action movie plot that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this could be like the plot, like the end of season, a good season cliffhanger.
Let's see.
I think they would be good, but
We want fanfics, everybody. We need these.
yeah, this is our next fanfic. Okay. We defeat the formidable opponent Gigantitan with the Parisian lollipop.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Ever heard of Trojan horse? More like Parisian lollipop.
God.
Good one, Marinette. Yeah.
Marinette, you need to get better at your. Oh, also, we skipped over it, but Kat told a joke in this episode, and Ladybug actually laughed
Yeah,
at
she
it.
laughed. She's tolerating Cat more. It's a little disappointing that she's tolerating.
Yeah.
She seems to be more into Cat. I do think there's mounting evidence for the Ladybug or Marinette starting to like Cat as well as Adrian, much like there's definitely mounting evidence that Adrian is starting to like Marinette as well as Ladybug.
Well, if this reverses, I will be so bad. I will be so bad if they reverse the dynamic.
I think it's not going to reverse. I think it's just going to all coalesce into them both liking each other in every form.
Please.
It's maybe setting up for identities reveal.
Yeah, I'm a little bullish on the identity reveal before the end. I don't know.
Well, I think what they could do probably if we get all the other heroes, like if they're all female, like Chloe and Alia, and probably have like them having their own thing, them all knowing their identities, the girls knowing all their identities, and Adrian and what's that other guy name? His friend Tio, yeah. They know each other's identities, and then eventually down the line they all know. But at first, you have this girls' club and boys' club of knowing each other's identities.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. We always got to track Will when Alia becomes a hero. No, Marinette's identity.
That'd be a little less frustrating because at least Alia would know, and because Alia, it's your job. It's the only thing you do.
Yeah,
Please.
We'll find out in season 4. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But much like Ruby, the show is playing long term. We gotta remember.
Like I'm the one who says things that make me. I'm the one who says things to you, Dylan, that make you sad about Ruby. You're the one who says things about Ladybug that just make me really mad.
I just have a realistic view of what we're doing here. We're already working on season 3, and they got ordered at the same time. A lot of what we're expecting to happen this season is not happening till season 3. I'm just telling you now. Okay.
Oh, when you say season 3, you mean like then that's like season 2, 26 episodes. So
the next 26 after, yeah, yep.
Oh, so, my god, that's a long time.
Yeah, and we're the 26th of season 2. I think that's right. I think they're still working on it. So, one thing we didn't mention at the top of the episode, and is that Netflix. We actually had an official announcement from Miraculous Ladybug Twitter, and they said Netflix US release delayed indefinitely. So
it probably won't come till after like the first 13 episodes have
right. So we know that they're gonna release the first 13 at a time, and we assume that they won't premiere any episodes. So we do have to wait for France to air first 13, and as you know, we've only aired 7, and there's not gonna be no episode this weekend, so it's gonna be a while, basically.
Let me depress you a little bit. Can I tell you what Netflix did with Little Witch Academia? Like the first 13 episodes. Episode 13 aired April 2nd, I believe, 2017, and the first 13 episodes came out on June 30th. So whenever episode 13 comes out, it might be a couple of months.
Right. It's absolutely no guarantee that once 13 have aired in France, they will be up in the US right away. So.
First 13 episodes of Ladybug up in April, maybe on Netflix.
Yeah, I would say April's a decent estimate, which is kind of depressing. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. If you're listening to this, we're watching them from the French release, so who cares? The only thing with that press release is it made me wonder whether they're not even done with production on the first 13 episodes of the show. Because I was under the impression that we'd been done with the entire season for a while because it'd been delayed so long. But it's possible that's not true. I don't know one way or the other. But
I mean, they are making 10 other shows.
Yeah, and they're also making a lot of other Zag shows. We had Zack Storm out on Netflix, and
it's like it's a book 2 of Korra all over again.
Right? Yeah, no, I do think the delays between Ladybug season 1 and 2 are equivalent, are not necessarily equivalent, but in the spirit of the Korra books 1 and 2 delays. Yeah, it's
But the difference is they've used this delay to like improve the story. It seems like and think about what they're going to do. At least that's what the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I don't think in either cases the delay had an effect.
I'm not trying to be clear. I'm not trying to say that Korra was worse because of the delay. I was just saying.
Yeah, I think like the writing, the creative, because these are both script-driven shows as opposed to board-driven ones like Steven Universe. I think the scripts have been done for a long time for the season. Anyway, So back to the episode. Big thing we haven't talked about that I personally don't care about this that much, but the fans have been clamoring about Dad Adrian. Marie Claire in her email says Dadrian is Adrian's new nickname. The fangirls are loving Adrian being good with the baby in this episode. What do we think?
It's okay. Like,
right?
This is the wrong panel for this question.
We've seen this already, we saw this already in Stormy Weather. It's he's good with kids. It's what's new about that?
I think the bigger point is he's just a nice person. It's like people are always like, "Oh, you're good with kids." Like, no, they're just nice. Like, you can be good. Like, if you're nice in general, you're generally nice to kids too. It's not that complicated.
It'd be more of a story if Chloe was Chloe who was
kids.
Story.
I think Chloe would be good with kids. That's my head. That's my. I'm calling my shot on that. But
I'm also mad because Dadrian's the nickname you give him. They gave us Buttercup. Come on, guys.
But yeah, we gotta call him Buttercup. Yeah, I think that's Buttercup's Adrian's dad name. Yeah, so just adding to the fuel to the Adrian fan fires here with this episode. I would say
Adrian would totally call his kid Buttercup. Like, he would totally...
Even if it was a boy or a girl, doesn't matter.
In honor of Powerpuff Girls, right?
Yeah.
Adrian, which Powerpuff Girl is Adrian? That's the real question here. I don't think Buttercup. I think he's more of the... I think he's Bubbles.
Bubbles?
Yeah. No, I was going to say Bubbles, too.
Yeah, I'll say Bubbles. Yeah, he's not smart enough to...
And Marinette is also Bubbles.
Yes, they're both Bubbles.
So that's why they're so compatible. They both identify as Bubbles.
I think, is it Alia Blossom? Or?
Alia would be Blossom, yeah.
Yes,
oh my god, somebody Alia. And Chloe's Buttercup.
No, is he Morbucks? Like,
Chloe's Morbucks, yeah, and Alex is Buttercup, yeah, and
she's already that Mylene, but looks like her.
Mylene can be Buttercup too, yeah. So they're both Bubbles. Okay, I'm glad we're talking about the important issues.
The comparison fell apart pretty quickly.
No, it was a good comparison. And what else we got here? We got just the ending with Marinette learns her lesson to go straight to the point. I don't know if this is a great lesson. It's just kind of an arbitrary. It's not like this is the clear good perspective on life as being straight to the point. But she uses this to talk to Adrian, and then she just says the wrong word a bunch, which I think was actually very confusing to watch subbed.
Yes, because it seemed like they were making jokes that I didn't quite get.
Right. So I think I figured it out. They were saying words that sounded like other words.
Oh god!
This is an example of why you need to watch the official Miraculous subs. Not that it's a fan sub, but this would make no sense computer translated. So they said coleslaw at the end because she was confusing rickshaw. So I assume coleslaw was not what she said in French, but the point wasn't whatever word she said. It was just a food that kind of sounds like rickshaw. So that was
okay.
Yeah. So it's like a translation. I actually don't know what we were trying to say before that. There's a sequence of one word, and then she said coleslaw to refer to rickshaw. It was that's an interesting translation thing. We'll see how they dub that scene.
Yeah.
This is why, for the record, I watch dubs, because usually some things just don't.
This is a great example of why a great argument for dubs over subs. There aren't a lot of good reasons, but this is definitely a good one. Yeah.
Well, for dubs too sometimes, but Miraculous Ladybug's just because I don't have to worry about reading stuff. I'm just a little lazy sometimes, and I'm not sure though if the dub is coming this weekend or not.
I believe it will be coming this weekend.
Yeah, and also maybe because I'm biased, but I'm also a big fan of Christina V. Voice of
definitely great voices in.
There's a lot of anime stuff, so that's why maybe I may like it a little bit more than you guys. But Christina V is awesome.
Yeah, she's great. No, the English dub's very good. But
some of the lines of scripts might be the problem. It's not the acting. It's like Pounded thing. It's kind of annoying.
I like Pounded.
I like it better though. But I hate one part though. I think in Christmas special when they changed something about. It's from Adrian to Marinette is really nice or something to Marinette is awesome.
Yeah. Stuff like that's pretty important. The exact language, on our silly romantic stuff, But we had Marinette just can't is saying the wrong words to Adrian, but she's saying words. She isn't stumbling, so I guess that's the point.
Yeah, no stuttering. It's good.
She's not stuttering. Declines the ride with Adrian.
Oh my god.
And at the very least, though, go back to English stuff. They're not cramming in these cliche these puns right and left. I mean, Andy, you know what I'm talking about. You remember how the old Digimon dub was? Yeah. Thank God we moved past that in 2017.
But I mean, okay, I won't get into it. But I like some of the puns in Digimon, but that's a whole other thing.
Okay, yeah. Andy, you were frustrated with turning down the
yes, I was very frustrated. I'm like, Marinette, literally. Adrian is Aladdin, and he's about to take you on a magic carpet ride, and you said no.
Wow.
You said no.
I didn't know you were such a romantic with the two of them. Wow. It was great, yeah.
It's magic like, they had the main character just be dumb and just maybe maintain some status quo.
I really related to this, though, because just the social awkwardness of defaultly turning down things. I agree.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning for this. No, I can't do it.
Yes, it's great. Social anxiety, Marinette, more please. Yeah.
Like, Marinette, as you get older, like, just for people that do this, like, you'll just learn if you said no, just be like, oh, actually, no, I can do it. Like, no one will care. Just say you can do it.
People are used to that, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
you can always once you realize the mistakes, you could just change your mind or something, or did you realize too late?
Yeah, she's just too nervous. Not ready.
We're
not ready to be
she's
dating yet.
She's just like 13 years old, maybe.
14 now. Marinette had her birthday.
Yeah, 14 now.
Happy 14th
still too young, maybe, to know the ways of the world.
Yeah. So unfortunate, but her friends are there to support her at the end, and there you go. So, not a ton of progress on the Marinette Adrian front, I would say, but they talked again, so that was good.
Well, they did take some baby steps.
Oh my god. You just said,
get out of here.
You were just talking about how bad the puns were.
I know, I just couldn't resist. I intentionally bad pun. I just watched the episode of The Loud House. It had this one character whose main quirk is just saying bad puns all the time.
It's definitely rubbing off.
I agree. Okay, so that's it for Gigantitan. Andy, anything else you want to talk about in final thoughts here?
Just that I think you turned me around. I like it a little bit more. I still am frustrated with this show a little bit. I think I'm a little less hopeful than you that we're gonna get out of this rut of just these episodic, like this very not story based episodes. Like I want stuff to happen. I want to either progress the romance or progress the Miraculouses, because either one of those will push the other one forward, I think. Because if we get romance, clearly something has to change in the dynamic to make things more interesting again. And if we get Miraculouses, hopefully, I pray that it pushes us towards people knowing who each other are. Like, we need one of those two things to happen, because I'm getting very frustrated.
So I guess I take issue with the word rut, because I definitely think that applies to season 1, and we're stuck in the same situation, but I think rut implies it's a bad situation, and I actually think the season has been actively good.
Okay.
So I'm not frustrated right now. I think that this, like, season 1 of Ladybug was, this is a show that clearly has potential. It's enjoyable, but it's not necessarily a good show. It's just fun. I'd say season 2 has been fun, enjoyable, and also just, I think it is a good show now. I genuinely do. I think that it's been a big improvement.
I think a better way to put it is that we're in neutral right now. Like, we've hit it. We're on a hill, and now we're going a little faster. Like, we're doing good things now, but we're not like hitting the gas and going places yet. We're just sitting in neutral, kind of just doing the same thing over and over again, and that's good. Like, this is better than season 1, but I'm just ready for more. Like, the better the show gets, the more I'm getting eager for.
I definitely understand what you're saying, and I would say just enjoy it for now, because, like, clearly we are going somewhere. We know we're making people heroes, so it's, the status quo can change. Even if it doesn't necessarily mean the identity reveal is coming, status quo is going to change. So I'm fine with enjoying the improved season 1 dynamic for now.
I'm just getting worried that it won't be till the season finale that we get new Miraculouses. That is possible. Yeah, I do. That's what I'm getting personally worried about. Like, if we get them like episode 13, like the mid-season, like, that's good. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm fine if we have half a season of this redone season 1 stuff.
I don't think they would have done the opening with showing all those Miraculouses if it's going to be all the way till the fifth. So
We hope not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think signs are good for mid-season, second half of the season. Anyway, Steve, final thoughts on the episode? Yeah.
Oh, it's a fine episode. Yeah, I kind of I'm a little bit between you, Dylan, and you, Andy. I'm happy that the show is a little more self-aware of some of its problems it had in season 1, and yeah, it'd be nice if we move things along. I'm more excited to see some of the new heroes and even the new villains. If like find out who Hawkmoth's boss is, who's manipulating Hawkmoth. The romance thing, it's just fun. I'm not expecting much out of that. I don't think they might not get together till like, who knows, till like close to the end of the series. So I hate the first, yeah. But I'm just enjoying the show for the ride. I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting much plot wise. So perhaps unlike another show which I mentioned on the previous podcast, my expectations get too high. My expectations are so low here that I can't help but enjoy it.
Okay, good. Steve, low expectations. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's the proper way to go, I think, with shows. Low expectations leads to just more enjoyment. So
the problem is the only show I have low expectations for right now is Ruby. Like, I'm trying to be more up on
similar situation. Anyway, yeah, I enjoyed this one. I thought it was very funny. But yeah, looking forward to continuation of Season 2, not sure when the next episode is. I see in the schedule Spain potentially airing next episode. We'll see. But
back to the game of who's going to show the episode.
France is not new this weekend, but potentially next week.
They have a holiday. Is a holiday in France or something?
They're just airing a Christmas special for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, the same one, right?
Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, so. Sure, we'll see. Whenever Ladybug's new, after the good subs come out, we will talk about it. Or if it's a dub, then we don't have to wait. But make sure you subscribe to not miss any of that. Find that at overlyanimated.com and join us in the discussion at overlyanimated.com/Discord. Text chat with us there. Make sure you subscribe to not miss future ones. Leave comments and let us know what you thought of the episode. And you can do that on YouTube or the website, and you can consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to all of our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Connie, aka Veronica Kunkamunga. And thanks as always to our patron executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Andy, and Hugh. Bunch of stuff actually this weekend at the Overly Animated Podcast. New Starverse, Ruby, Musicons, in addition to the show. So check all of that out at overlyanimated.com. Busy early December for some reason.
Yeah.
So.
And we also got DuckTales too.
DuckTales, and we just had a Little Witch Academia podcast come out. Check all that out at overlyanimated.com. And let us know what you thought of this episode and of our discussion. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.